Well, it's a big question to ask how a school can embrace new technologies, about mobile technologies and social media opportunities, knowing that we have this responsibility to keep our youngsters safe, and also to keep the technology safe as well, so that there is something about that if you allow all of the social networking websites and resources to come into your infrastructure, you stand a greater chance. If you talk about Facebook, for example, there's a fantastic amount of malware gets passed around on that, and whilst you might think of that as an inconvenience, if you are expecting teachers and children to be using that constantly throughout the day, and it is brought down by the first lesson of the day, then you have disrupted the education of, for a secondary school, some 300, 400 other pupils. So you do have to have this kind of pragmatic, we need to manage that. There is another view, which I would take, that when we're talking about filtering, schools should have autonomy. In our area, in the Northern Grid area, they have autonomy for the inappropriate sites. So they can open up YouTube for Year 10 or for the teachers on a Tuesday at 5 o'clock or whatever it is that they want to do. The illegal we filter at source. But where that takes us to is you have a finite opportunity to teach and to engage with the learners, and the best resource should be in a class, the teacher. And so if children have the opportunity to wander off and look at something else, then you may be missing that opportunity. So there is an argument for opening up these useful websites. I found 5 useful websites on Tsunamis. These are what you're going to look at. Certainly go and embrace social media at another time. So there is that part of it which makes it very difficult. We are seeing, and we're seeing at this conference this week, that there are schools that are saying, well, we're not going to ban mobile phones, and we are able to allow the learners to have those come in there. The way that you do that is not by having a technology-rich school, but by having a very well thought through pastoral system, and an effective pastoral system that is consistent across the school. So a secondary school, if we use that model again, because you can see the challenge that's there, you may be talking about 60, 70, 80 members of staff that must be consistent in observing and reporting cyberbullying and about cameras being used, because otherwise you have to say that none of us want to find ourselves on YouTube because children have videoed us when they should have been working and in compromising positions. And those compromisings aren't about the kinds of things that appear in the front of the newspapers, but can be the scratching of the nose, or they can be about the yawning in class, and the things that we do naturally that people may see and pass comment for a second are then archived and put onto YouTube and to other places, and you can't get them back again and are passed around the school. And it is very difficult then for a school that has a less satisfactory pastoral system, a less consistent one, to be able to then say, actually, we're going to try and open up this. But we can learn from the successful ones about how you do that, and it is about professionalism and commitment.